These empty side ball screens you guys run are incredible with the ball handle to the screener in an empty corner right here. But when this player's stepping up and backside help, they're going to blitz the pick and roll right here. When this defender steps up to help and backside help, stop. This player should start to cut right now. Because now when he catches this, bang, I can just drop this off for a layup. Like, this player's not even paying attention. If this player does step up to take out the cutter, then it's just catch, wide open corner three. Or if this player also wants to cut, it's just catch, and now this cut's wide open. So there's so many possibilities off of this, but if you get cutting action from the weak side, those are wide open layups. Again, another empty side ball screen. Look at all the possibilities that are happening here. You know the backside defender's coming from the weak side corner right here. So if this player just cuts, again, like look at this. This roll's open. Like I got to make this pass to the roll though, because that's going to force this defender to have to step up and help. And then if you get a cutter coming in the corner this way, then it's just, again, catch, drop off two. But you want to make this pass here to force this backside defender to step up to open up this cut right here, which should be wide open for a layup. Instead, you make the skip pass and they're able to rotate out of it. Just so many possibilities off this. Again, they blitz the pick and roll. Again, it's empty side. So this roll is wide open. So we want to try and be able to make this pass over the top. You can see this backside defender coming from the corner right here. So what does that do? So now when that player's man steps up and backside help, this is who you want the cutter to be, right? Because if he just dives into this empty space right here, I can drop it off on the strong side block for a layup. Or if this defender right here comes with him on this cut, well, now the corner, it's just wide open catch and shoot. I mean, even with the pass not being made, like, you don't want this player cutting right here. If you just swing to the corner, this is wide open because this defender, again, has come all the way over and backside help. So you got the wrong cutter coming, but you can see how many wide open opportunities are potentially available off of that. This is where this offense can become unstoppable. Empty side ball screen, roll is, of course, wide open. Now you get a cutter coming from the corner. This player steps up and backside help. So this big just has to understand when a defender comes from the backside, the weak side of the floor is going to be wide open. We have a numbers advantage. So right now, as soon as I gather this, I'm just heads up to the weak side of the floor. And this is just an easy, like this is just a drop off. Drop it off, layup. Drop it off, layup. You also can replace in the corner here, and the three-point line can be wide open too. But this has got to just be a short roll, right? Catch, drop off, layup. That's probably where you want to go. Or it can be catch, wide open three. But the bigs have got to understand where to look when that happens. Now they switch the pick and roll right here. And again, you get a big having to guard a guard out on the perimeter. You also, if you don't have that, look at the ice. Look at, you can just ISO this guard on a big, and he's got him perfectly post sealed right here. So you could just swing this to the corner. That would lose that backside defender, and you can ISO that mismatch down low on a post seal. But again, you get an easy blow by, empty side look. This collapses the defense, wide open corner three. You cannot guard this in any way, shape, or form. Again, another empty side look, whether they're in drop coverage, of course, they're blitzing here. This is always going to be layups because, again, nothing but space to roll. You get a defender coming from the backside, and this time it's perfectly executed. And again, the big does a great job. Just catch, turn, look for cutter. Catch, turn, look for cutter. You cannot guard that. Another empty side look. Now they're going to be late to come out and trap, so the guard does a great job splitting through. But again, like your man comes in backside help here. This guard, again, this should be a layup. Stop. Like my man's I'm already starting to cut because this player's going to have to step up and help right here as the guard splits through. So if I'm already starting to cut right here, as he splits through, I'm probably dropping that off for a layup. Or if this defender sinks down, now the three-point line here is wide open. So you're cutting, you're probably getting a layup, but at worst, you're taking this defender with you, and now the three-point line's wide open. But nobody cuts this time, and you don't get that look. They're just layups every time down. Another empty side look. Again, the roll's open, but you got to be able to make this pass. And again, it should just be pocket pass through. Get this ball through because it's going to force this defender to step up. Now, this big can probably power up over the guard. But again, this can just be a short roll, right? You get this ball through. Backside defender steps up. This cut is wide open for a layup. But you got to get, that pass is there. You got to make it. You don't want to swing it. I mean, It's the same thing. You cannot guard this offense. It's another empty side look. This guard's just got to work on this. Get this ball through. Like right now, you can see if I can just get this ball through, this backside defender's coming up all the way here. And then if this player cuts, this is either a layup right there, okay, or this defender sinks down, and now the three-point line is wide open. But you just got to get that pass through. Then the numbers advantage happens, and then you get wide open looks. But when you don't make that pass, you can see just how wide open this stuff is if you can just get this pass to the roll. Like right now, I just want a reaction. Like if I get this ball to the roll, you see what's happening. This defender is going to step up and help, and the cutter is going to be, this is going to be a layup. It's just going to be catch, turn, layup, okay? Or if somehow this defender sinks down, you just replace in the corner. So this cutter then would draw this defender down because this player has to step up and backside help. And now the corner's still wide open for three. But it all starts with hitting the roll, forcing this backside defender to have to step up at the ball. If you throw this skip pass, now they can get in backside help and recover, and this becomes a contested three-pointer. You can see when you run empty side looks, if the defense makes any mistakes whatsoever, and Tennessee is going to screw up their pick and roll coverage right here, it's just right to the rim because you have that empty corner. So, but right here, again, like you blow by right here, this defender steps up to help. This player does a great job not only cutting, but sealing off the defender sinking down. Like watch him, like this is where this pass has to go right here. He's doing a great job sealing off the defender sinking down. This should just be a drop off. This is a layup right here. You still get a kick to the corner and a rip and go drive. But I mean, this is just, again, just throw, that's a layup right there. But again, draw the backside defender. You do get a rip and go drive off the closeout and bucket. Just so many opportunities to get layups. Another empty side look, the roll's open because it's an empty corner right here. But again, you can actually send both cutters. Like right now, but this player's man is in backside help right here. This player actually ends up cutting. His man's not in backside help. But you guarantee yourself a layup. If this player just cuts and this player cuts, it's going to be a layup, right? Like this is wide open. If you just cut, just take the layup. Like look at, if you're just cutting here, this is a drop off for two. Like, just take the layup. Instead, it's a contested three. Yeah, and then, I mean, here, there's a complete breakdown defensively. There's three players guarding this ball screen right here. But look at, again, empty corner right here. The roll's always going to be open. And then, again, you can just drop this off right here. You end up getting a layup anyways. But this is what it's always going to look like when you have a cutter. Like, it can just be short roll, drop off, cut, two. But, still get something easy. This is just perfect right here. I mean, this roll, whether the team's in drop coverage, trapping, no matter what they're in, when it's an empty corner, this roll is going to always be wide open. The one thing, and you end up scoring here, you're getting a layup out of this, and a lot of time that's going to happen. But again, I just want to point out, like, this player right here needs to be paying attention, because right now, if his man is stepping up in backside help, we want to dive right here to give the option to drop it off here. Like, right now, don't fade. Like, you should cut into this open space right here, and we can just drop this off for a layup if you're not able to power through, or you take that defender with you, and now the three-point line's wide open. But you still get a wide open layup out of it. This time, the guard can't hesitate right here. Again, this roll is going to be open, but you got to keep your dribble alive. Like, if you just drag this big, take 2-3 solid dribbles off his hip, this big has to stay at the ball, and it's going to open this roll up. And you see the opportunities you get. You can't bring your dribble back. You got to keep attacking off his hip. That keeps the big out towards the ball and allows this roll to develop. And you can see what's going to happen. I mean, this is probably just going to be a catch for two, or it's going to be a catch, backside defender, drop off two. But you bring your dribble back. Now you let the defense reset. You don't get what you're looking for. This is just where you take the pick and roll to the next level. Now, there's only 7 seconds left on the shot clock. You probably get into this a little too late, but again, they're blitzing. Again, it's an empty side, so the roll's open. These bigs have got to understand, okay, this backside defender's coming from the weak side of the floor right here. There's only 3.1 seconds on the shot clock, so there's no real time to cut, but I still have time to understand, okay, this backside defender's coming from the weak side of the floor. Someone's wide open. In this case, it's the three-point line, which is wide open. So I do have time to kick this ball out for basically a practice three. But the bigs have got to understand when to short roll and when to look for the open man on the weak side of the floor. This is the look you get when a team's in drop coverage right here. This is not really drop coverage. This is just Tennessee completely botching this pick and roll coverage right here. But again, drop coverage is just the guard fighting over the top. The ball handler is going to get in the lane. So when you run an empty side pick and roll like this is the look you get all the time. It's just a 2-on-1. And all this guard's got to do is either take it to the rack or take it to the rack, and if the big steps up, just drop it off here. I mean, that roll is going to be wide open every time. In this case, it's just right to the rim for a layup. This is off a pick and pop right here. Empty side again. I just want to point out, if he does roll right here, you can already see the backside defender stepping up, and you have somebody on the block right here. So if this is a roll, like, you can see where this backside defender is going to be stepping up. And so all it's got to do is this player's just got to seal off this defender sinking down, and it just pass through to the roll, drop off for a layup. Even on this pick and pop, though, like, you got to understand, like, if this there's someone's coming from the weak side of the floor. So just keep your head up, and then immediately it's just swing to a wide open three right here. Don't put the ball on the floor, and this player's got to be right at the tip of the three-point line. Don't put the ball on the floor, just catch, pass, catch and shoot three. But you put the ball on the floor, you let the defense reset, and then you got to restart your offense. Again, look at how open this is. If you can just get this pass through, these are layups. These are layups. You make this pass through, this defender is stepping up. If you get a cutter coming here, this is just short roll layup, short roll layup. But you got to get this pass through. You got to understand, you got to force this defender to step up to help by getting this pass through. And then again, this is layup after layup after layup. But you don't make that pass through, and again, the defense is able to reset.